grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar. Enter Powered by Protein Challenge for a chance to win big.
I get bladder leaks. I didn't want to feel like I was wearing the pads I wore when I was 12.
Then I tried the Always Discreet pads.
They fit perfectly in the place they're supposed to.
Look how much it holds, and it still stays thin.
It's the protection we deserve.
Tomorrow on ET, John McEnroe's Match Point.
I thought I could have my cake and eat it too. I wanted to be a father, but I wanted to be the best player in the world.
Inside the tennis legend's new documentary detailing his struggles off and on the court.
You would completely lose it.
You cannot be serious!
It's a great documentary.
Now listen, before we go, James Corden and Jason Momoa didn't get to hang out and travel as much as they liked this summer, so they did the next best thing. They faked it. Yeah, from Italy to Egypt to selfies in Paris, they're hot boys.
Happening now.
Coming up, jury deliberations now in their 4th hour in the public corruption trial of Michelle Barrientos Vela. What did attorneys for both sides say during closing arguments?
And the newest drought monitor is in today, and we're going to take a look at the improvements we've made over the past few weeks, along with when widespread rain returns.
It's Hunger Action Month, and more families are being affected by inflation and needing the food bank. How you can help the bank make ends meet. The News at 5 starts right now.
Off the top at 5, a jury of her peers still deciding the fate of Michelle Barrientos Vela in the ex-constable's public corruption trial.
Those deliberations began just before 1 o'clock this afternoon, and it looks as though they will stretch into the evening now.
Dylan Collier's been covering this case from the beginning. He joins us live from the Bexar County Justice Center. For Dylan, what has certainly been an eventful day.
And Steve and Ursula, we learned literally just 2 minutes ago that there is a verdict in this case. The jury will gather and be brought back into the courtroom once attorneys for both sides are also brought back into the courtroom, as well as the defendant in this case, Michelle Barrientos Vela. The ex-constable's defense rested this morning without calling a single witness to the stand, and then attempted to take apart the criminal investigation of her, calling it a sloppy and vague investigation. The jury deciding over the last 4 hours whether or not she is guilty of tampering with records. Again, she is charged with 2 counts of tampering with a government record. The jury had 2 separate questions that they brought back to the judge, who then had to read those in court. Both had to do with the testimony of clerk Susan Tristan and whether Barrientos Vela forced her to make cash logs from scratch as part of this case. Her defense for Barrientos Vela took aim at the prosecution and the main investigator and made one last-ditch effort this morning to try and convince the jury that their client was innocent.
We can't prosecute personalities. We can't prosecute politics. We can't prosecute ideology. That's not the way this thing is set up. That's not our structure for the system. Because be careful the world you help create, because someday you may have to live in it, right?
So by your verdict of guilty on both counts, tell her and tell every elected official out there, you can't do this.
Regardless of which way this verdict goes, Barrientos Vela will be free to leave after the decision takes place. Because she is eligible for probation, Barrientos Vela will not be held in jail ahead of possible sentencing in this case. Again, Steve and Ursula, just a couple of minutes ago, we were told a verdict has been reached. All sides are now gathering. The jury will be brought in, and that verdict is expected to be read momentarily. Reporting live downtown, Dylan Collier, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Dylan. And of course, we're going to go back into the courtroom in just a moment when that all happens. In the meantime, we're going to move on to other news of the day. This is our first look at the 4 men arrested for a young girl's kidnapping earlier this week. San Antonio police say these 4 men, the youngest of whom is 18 years old, are all charged with aggravated kidnapping in the case. On Tuesday night, police were called to the 1800 block of Bandera Road. A family member told officers that someone had called them saying they had their 17-year-old relative and they wanted money. They said she'd be harmed if they didn't pay up. Police, though, were able to find the girl unharmed about 4 hours later and arrested the men near West Martin and North Zarzamora. They're each being held on a $150,000 bond charged with aggravated kidnapping.
A man murdered at a crowded graduation party, but still no leads on who might be responsible. Now San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers hoping anonymity and a reward can get them the clues they need. 19-year-old Joshua Palma shot and killed back on June 19th. Police say he was celebrating graduation at a home in the 7400 block of Rimhurst Street, which is actually not far from Schoenfeld and Loop 1604. The party went on until the early morning hours when a disturbance broke out. That's when shots were fired and the suspect took off. The only description police have is it was a heavy-set man. Police say there were lots of people at the party. They're hoping anyone they haven't questioned will come forward. They're going to offer up to $5,000 for information that leads to an arrest.
More crowds of voters are expected to show up for this November's midterm election. The Bexar County Elections Office preparing for all of that, but at the same time, it's facing a huge deluge of open records requests and even lawsuits. It's an increasingly stressful problem at offices across the country. In San Antonio, though, since the 2020 election, they've been dealing with harassment and threats. A national nonpartisan news organization called VoteBeat has begun tracking this type of activity across Texas. It says they've looked into who is behind it all.
A lot of them are volunteers. A lot of them are retirees. They're just members of the community.
VoteBeat Texas reporter also says that some are nationally organized for the sake of what they call election integrity. It's not about to let up anytime soon, though, and VoteBeat says it'll likely even continue after the November elections are finished.
Well, we have a debate. It's official today. Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke formally accepting an invitation to debate with incumbent Governor Greg Abbott. It will happen on September 30th in Edinburgh, Texas, a border town where both candidates will be pressed hard on the topic of immigration. This morning, O'Rourke's campaign committed to the debate and said he's also accepted invitations for 4 other town hall style debates. However, Governor Abbott's campaign said this debate would be the only debate the governor will do before the November election. It's going to air right here on KSAT 12, and I'm honored to be part of a panel of questioners for that debate.
We are waiting on a decision in court on another case, former President Donald Trump's objection to the FBI raid on his home. The Department of Justice and Trump's legal team facing off for the first time today. The federal judge is hearing arguments on whether to grant Trump's request for a special master to independently review documents that were seized at his home in Florida. He says some of them are privileged and private. Trump's lawyers doubling down on that request one day after the DOJ submitted its own filing, alleging Trump and his advisors may have engaged in obstructive behavior.
This document shows that it couldn't have just been chaos. There was some level of intentionality. The question is, why was it done and how long did it go on?
Former Deputy Assistant Attorney General John Yoo predicts that the Trump team is going to succeed in getting that master, that special master. The judge has indicated that she's inclined to appoint one, although it's still unclear when we will actually get that decision.
Tonight, President Joe Biden delivering a primetime speech addressing what the White House calls the direct threat to our democracy from MAGA Republicans, end quote. The speech coming just over 2 months from the crucial November midterm elections. In Philadelphia tonight, the president will use his speech to denounce extremism from supporters of the former president.
The MAGA Republicans don't just threaten our personal rights and economic security. They're a threat to our very democracy. They refuse to accept the will of the people. They embrace political violence.
Despite Biden embracing a more combative tone against Trump and his supporters, White House officials argue the speech will not be a political one, nor one focused on Trump's legal battles over his FBI raid on his Mar-a-Lago home.
We want to take a look outside with your traffic authority. And yes, traffic moving along just fine. Looks like a lot of people taking off a bit early for the Labor Day weekend holiday.
All right, a look at outside at the radar. Not a whole lot to talk about. Just a few showers to the southeast and far east of San Antonio. Let's go to Hallettsville. You see a few downpours there just outside of the town of Hallettsville, and even stretching northward up 77. You go to the southeast of San Antonio, Wilson County. We've got a few pop-up showers just southeast of Floresville. Throwing an outflow northward, and that outflow could kickstart something fresh closer to Elmendorf and in southeastern Bexar County. But locally, nothing to speak of out there right now, and just partly cloudy conditions. 86 in Eagle Pass. We're 87 in Panna Maria. Shirts at 93 right now. Mico at 96. beautiful Windcrest, City of Lights right now at 92 degrees. So a few showers this evening, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. The new drought monitor is in. We'll see what kind of improvements have been made over the past few weeks and when more numerous showers return in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. September, Hunger Action Month, and the San Antonio Food Bank has had its hands full trying to take care of more and more stomachs and get them full.
Yeah, with inflation and rising food and fuel costs at nearly every turn, not only are local families hurting more financially, the food bank's mission has become that much more expensive.
Max Massey on what the bank is now facing and how you can help.
It's just choosing to do something. Hunger Action Month is this 30-day window that just says, hey, doesn't matter what you do something.
The San Antonio Food Bank has been a staple of our community over the years. And this month, September in particular, it is crucial for the food bank's mission.
With inflation and just the economy kind of tightening up a little bit, we're seeing that number now just over 100,000 people a week. And so it's almost back to what it was at the onset of the pandemic, which has us alarmed. We're seeing more people, and to be honest, the supply isn't keeping up.
The mission of feeding hope and fighting hunger, it's getting more and more difficult with these rising costs.
It's everywhere we turn around, the costs of distributing food and the supply chain logistics are just at an all-time high.
Families are struggling, and the food bank is asking for your help.
It's about people getting the food that they need for themselves and their loved ones.
As life becomes more and more expensive for families around our country and here at home, this month is about putting our community on notice.
At the San Antonio Food Bank, we're just encouraging people to take action. That hope is an action, and there's little things we could all do to help nourish our community.
During Hunger Action Month, there are so many ways to help out. You can donate food, you can volunteer, you can help fill the empty shelves, or you can just fill a Ziploc bag and give food to people in need.
Let's do something, San Antonio. Let's all make a resolve to be kinder, to be nicer, to express love, to give hope, and to use hope as an action as a way.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
I want to take you live into the courtroom right now as we continue to wait for the verdict in the case of former Constable Michelle Barrientos Vela on public corruption charges. We know there's been a verdict. We're waiting for the judge and the jury to enter the courtroom and tell us what it is.
We'll be right back.
Myra Arthur here, looking ahead to the news at 6 o'clock today. A former O'Connor High School student and football star killed on the side of the road, but he wasn't there by himself. What he was doing moments before he died and how his coaches are remembering him tonight. Plus, a woman accused of stealing from a local senior center and the people who spend time there. Police say she made people pay for what was supposed to be free. Erica Hernandez sharing what investigators have revealed about this case and how bingo is involved. And a CDC advisory panel has signed off on the latest round of COVID-19 boosters, but for who? And there's some concern about how fast those shots were developed. We'll talk about all of it tonight in our KSAT Q&A. We'll see you for the news at 6.
Thank you, Myra. With Labor Day sales and the change of seasons, September can be a prime time to score some deals, but for things like toys, you might want to wait several weeks.
Yeah, but for appliances and smartphones, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz says this month is the time to buy.
September, time to bring on the pumpkin spice and the end of summer sales.
Thanks to Labor Day sales, the first half of the month, you're going to see some great discounts on large appliances like dishwashers, washers and dryers, and refrigerators.
If you need a budget fridge, this Whirlpool top freezer refrigerator is now on sale for $529 at Appliances Connection and Best Buy, nearly $80 off. Consumer Reports tracks prices on its top-rated products all year, so they know when they're on deep discount. Sure, it's almost fall, but it's still hot. So if you need a new window AC, now's a good time to buy as retailers offload summer inventory. This Frigidaire window AC is now $250 at Appliances Connection. Time for a tree trim. This chainsaw's price is slashed. The Ego battery-powered chainsaw is now $366 at Amazon, $33 saved. And finally, hello savings on smartphones. Apple is expected to announce its new iPhone next week. Know what that means?
You can expect older model iPhones to start to drop in price at carriers and retailers alike.
Right now, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is $1,099 at full price, but look for discounts later in the month. The shopping gurus say September is also a great time to buy grills, patio furniture, and leaf blowers, just in time for fall. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Looking live outside, lots of clouds and some rain here and there, just not everywhere.
Kind of a calm day compared to what we've seen earlier in the week.
Yeah, today and tomorrow I do think will be fairly calm. You know, we have a decent amount of cloud cover overhead right now, and you know that's keeping us from jumping up into the mid-90s. But I do want to point out rain chances tomorrow still at 20%, just like what we have out there today. And I'll show you the radar in a moment, show you the definition of 20%. But by Saturday and Sunday, we're up to 60%. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be raining somewhere all the time. The odds favor the afternoons and early evenings, of course, but at least the coverage is looking more widespread, so more numerous showers, thunderstorms, and downpours this upcoming weekend. Got some great news for you. Take a look at the drought monitor. This was 3 weeks ago, okay? So this is not the new one that was just issued today. You see that big dark red blob right in the middle of our area. That indicated exceptional drought. Then the rains came, and look at this. Boom, we erased a good portion of that exceptional and even extreme drought, and we'll continue to chip away at this in the coming days. And this does not take into account any precipitation after 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, because that's when the data cutoff is, and it needs to be in, and then it's analyzed. Then by Thursday morning, it's issued. So bottom line, I do anticipate more improvements to this by this time next week, especially with even just the showers we're going to be adding. And you look across the state, we're now down to 76% of Texas in drought, which is a big improvement over that same amount of time. I mean, the two worst and most extreme drought categories are down 17% just in 1 week. I love being able to bring the good news when it comes to drought improvement. Okay, looking at the rain right now, a few downpours all around Hallettsville, but not in town quite yet. This is starting to develop and drift its way to the northwest closer to town. And then we get southeast of San Antonio. We looked at these showers earlier. A lot of this is falling apart around Floresville, and Stockdale actually has a downpour at the moment that just moved through downtown Stockdale. Now it's headed to the northwest, still clipping Highway 87, which brings you to Sutherland Springs. And this is likely to clip parts of Sutherland Springs and anybody just to the east of and northeast of Highway 87. San Antonio, nothing right now. We do have an outflow boundary moving in toward Elmendorf. It could kickstart 1 or 2 showers, but I don't anticipate much more development out there. You get into Frio County, right along I-35 south of Moore, 1 little shower, then around Bigfoot, just a few downpours. All right, so that's what we have out there right now. I want to talk about the big picture. Tomorrow's going to be fairly quiet like today. Little bit of development here and there, but by and large, we're looking dry. We're watching this dip in the upper level flow over Oklahoma. That's going to be drifting southward. That should help us increase our shower coverage this upcoming weekend. Downpours expected, non-severe thunderstorms, and just more numerous showers and storms developing periodically throughout the weekend and even on into Labor Day. I know the timing may not be perfect for Labor Day plans, but we still need the rain. We still need the moisture. Quick look at the tropics. Tropical storm Danielle, North Atlantic, pushing northward, and then downgraded to a 20% chance of development, this wave that's coming off of Africa, and now down to 70% chance development, this wave that's just east of the Caribbean. And even though this is out there and heading northwestward, it's likely to take the very common arc northward and remain what we call a fish storm. So whether or not it develops, it doesn't look like it's going to be affecting any part of the United States. So no tropical threats at the moment. 92, that was our high today. That's 2 degrees below average, the record 102. 93 right now in Cotulla. Meanwhile, 85 in Kennedy, 87 in Kerrville. Officially 91 in San Antonio. And of course, we feel the mugginess out there right now. And it's going to stay sticky and humid. This tropical air is here to stay, and that helps make rain, especially with the conditions we'll have this weekend. So tomorrow, Friday, 76 in the morning, 94 by the afternoon. That's locally, about 92 Rio Medina, 93 in Seguin and Nixon. And then down in the low to mid 80s for highs this weekend with significant cloud cover and those better rain chances off and on throughout the weekend.
Just beautiful. Thank you so much.
All right, it's a familiar role for UTSA, and they're hoping that they'll have a dome full of fans.
That would be nice.
Underdog.
Yeah, that would be nice. They're coming into this game, as you said, as an underdog. They're used to that after what happened last season. But at the same time, how are they reacting to that? We will let you know. And our big game coverage week 2 kicks off tonight. Who's involved? We'll tell you coming up. We must be getting close to game day because here is UTSA Roadrunners head football coach Jeff Traylor passing out free slices of pizza to members of the student body. And check out the line here. The Roadrunners will begin defense of their Conference USA Championship and their school record 12-win season when they host the Houston Cougars, ranked number 24 in the nation in the Associated Press preseason college football rankings. The Roadrunners will go into this game as 3.5-point underdogs, so that's okay with them. They're used to being overlooked.
How many times we were underdogs last year? It's nothing new to us. We just stick to the triangle and the rest will take care of itself. We don't really worry about the underdog. You know what I'm saying? If we were favored to win, that stuff doesn't matter. We just play ball.
That's just kind of what this program's always been because we're such a new program and we haven't had a lot of success, to be quite honest with you. So, it's to be expected. But our kids, they rally around that. We hope there's a point one day where it's not that way that often, but right now we're still in that situation.
Now, don't forget, between now and tomorrow, you can purchase tickets in the upper level of the Alamo Dome for just $10 plus online fees. The price on Saturday rises to $15. You can do so by going to goutsa.com or call 210-458-UTSA. Roadrunners have been practicing with crowd noise, so they are hoping for a huge turnout for their 2:30 kickoff on Saturday. Now that Haynes King has been established as the Aggies starting quarterback this season, we're getting reaction from his teammates. Remember, King had the job last year, but lost it when he broke his leg in the win over Colorado. And now, almost 1 year later, he has won it back. But one of his teammates was asked what is demeanor like in the huddle, and has it changed since last year?
I believe his demeanor is, he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? He definitely wants to win. Great personality off the field, but when he's on the field, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's locked in, focused, and he's ready to win.
All right, the Aggies kick off their season at 11 a.m. on Saturday at Kyle Field. Our big game coverage week 2 begins tonight with Harlandale and Edison kicking things off at Alamo Stadium at 7 p.m. Taft and Veterans Memorial will be over at Rutledge, also 7 o'clock. Stevens and Clark at Ferris, also 7 o'clock. Luray United will be over at Gustafson Stadium to take on Marshall at 7. Churchill will be in Buda to face Hayes at 7 p.m. And Seguin and New Braunfels, Unicorn Stadium at 7:30. All the highlights for you tonight on the Night Beat. Looking forward to it.
Big night.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
We're also waiting on a verdict in the Michelle Barrientos Vela public corruption trial. It is happening right now. We are going to go to the courtroom as soon as everyone returns from deliberations, so we're standing by for that.
We continue to wait for a verdict in the case of ex-constable Michelle Barrientos Vela. We're waiting for the judge to enter the courtroom. We have not seen her yet. We're going to be breaking away for World News Tonight momentarily, and when a verdict is read, when the judge enters the courtroom, we will take you there.
That's right. Dylan Collier standing by live there to bring this trial to an end and get a decision on the verdict. We will break in if needed in the next half hour.